Hello, Victoria here from Sweden. I will just kind of go with the flow for a while to see how this is going, because I haven't been able to use my technology for quite a long time. And now I will see what this video is going to be. My channel is going to be about what feels most right. Today I'm going to tell you about my kind of awakening that I've been going through, about what is happening around me in the world. This kind of awakening that most people will call conspiracy theories. And there is a reason, as all of you out there that is interested in the same kind of been going through the same kind of awakening as I have. You know that how the average person used to react when we come to tell them some obvious truth that's out there, if they just could bother to look and not put their hand in the sand, as we say. It's been haunting me for years, this truth about that is we are controlled by an elite that are not out to get our best interests, but their own. And it's all started in the 90s when I became a Christian. During this time we had a new pastor in my church, and I was lucky for that, because I came from a very small place where most of the people were, if they were Christian, they were very conservative, except from the Swedish church that already started to be too liberal. I actually went there first because when I wanted to know more things about the Christian faith, I first went to the Swedish church, since the two other small church, one Pentecostal church, one kind of Baptist church or Methodist church, I think you would call it in the States, compatible with that. And the two of them were like only a couple of families that were leftovers from the revival in the 40s or something. Well, similar to that. You didn't come from a non-Christian family out from the outside and just stepped in, but I did meet a woman, very friendly, and she kind of started talking to me because I used to listen to them. They were out singing in the streets on Sundays. They had the youth choir that were singing some songs that I kind of liked, and I listened to them, and they would testify about their faith. Anyway, the new pastor that started, it became a conflict. He started another church in the place afterwards, but he was for the youth, but he was very influenced from the state about these revivals over there, and both in good and bad ways, I would say, because a lot of stuff afterwards I realized that this it was a lot of this this success theology, but not only, it was also kind of an awakening in a way, because he was the one that told me about me and some other people about this about the elite or Illuminati or the Masons. And I read some books about it, and I was really into it. And this was in the beginning of the 90s, 92 or something, and I didn't have internet. I didn't know what the internet was. I hardly knew what a computer was. I did, but I didn't use it. So I read books about it. And I knew we were speaking about this what about the computer chip? It was, I mean, it was there somewhere. The thought of the computer chip that actually the people could. Now I don't know about the mark of the beast, what it actually is, but it's, I mean, it's appealing to think that it would be the RFID chip. And anyway, and then I went to Bible school, and I drifted away from this. I drifted away from the faith. I never denied that I was a Christian, but I didn't realize. I didn't realize how I drifted away, that I came more far from God, and I moved abroad, and I got even more far, and then I come back to God in a way, because I had some hard times. That's what usually happen. But I kept on repeating this behavior, drifting away, come back a little bit. Anyway, I got sick around 2010, 2011, and before that I didn't use internet very much. And I just stumbled over this conspiracy theories on YouTube, and I got into it again because it was mind-blowing. The thing that was just theories back in the 90s were actually becoming true, and I realized we kept on fulfilling the prophecies in the Bible even more. And but I don't know, I got scared that time, I think. I probably should be now as well, because as we know, there is surveillance all over. They are watching us. They know everyone that what we are searching for on the net and so on. But that time I spoke to a neighbor I had about it, and she was into it too, but she didn't have the religious aspect, or religious. I don't consider myself to be religious, but in a way the biblical aspect, because she is not a Christian, actually not a believer or anything in that matter. We talked quite a lot about it, and I researched quite a lot. But then I got, because as I remember, I'm not sure, I think weird things happen with my computer, and I kind of I felt I'm not going to do this now more. And then I had more troubles in my life, and finally I realized, in a way, God woke me up on a personal level as well, not only on the worldly level, but it happened the same time, this awakening. And I come to realize that I kind of denied it in a way, but all the things, it just jumped back into my mind. It's when you know about it and you don't block your mind to it, it's impossible not to see what is happening in the world, how we are socially engineered and been throughout all history. I studied a lot at the university, different subjects. I study a lot of law, political science, theology, journalism, psychology, and I realized whatever subject you study, if you graduate or if you're just taking a course, languages even, at one point there is this historical, everyone has to have this historical view, and I understand we need to have the historical view, the background, to understand the subject that we are getting into in a way. Well, this lamp is in the way, I think. But every time we had to learn about these same guys from the 16th and 17th centuries mostly, This starting with Thomas of Aquino, and further on it went to briefly about Plato and Aristotle as well, of course, sometimes even Socrates, but then it went on to Hobbes, Locke, Montesquieu, who says this, Rousseau, Voltaire, Machiavelli, of course, and until Bertrand Russell. These are the ones we always have to learn. Whatever course we are taking at the university, whatever we're going to study, we have to learn about this. And I started question after I realized the thing I knew about them. It solved a piece of the puzzle in the social engineering. All the pieces come into places by themselves. Not that you reach out for it. They just falling into their places. And I even tried. I watched the counter side of it to see, the people, they try to explain the phenomena of the conspiracy theorists. And they're not convincing at all. They seem ridiculous when you know what you know, in a way. And if you do your research, if you look at something, such a simple thing as the most prominent known elite families like Rockefeller or Rothschild, it's all there in the open. Or CIA, some documents even declassified now as MK Ultra, and I don't remember what else, but there are. I researched them in a way. I checked them up, and they are there. And even these things that is a bit confusing. Sometimes you don't know who to trust, because sometimes I think whenever a person get too popular, I think they are it's them. But that's, of course, that's not the case. It just because somebody gets popular doesn't mean that they are paid by the CIA to do it, or that they necessarily are there to confuse us and make it more chaotic or be a part of their social engineering. Anyway, but there are people, that I have strong suspicions about. I don't know yet. I had suspicions against Alex Jones from the beginning, but he did come with a lot of truth. And I don't remember who it was that he was trying to have an interview with. Some old guy from Rothschild or Rockefeller. And they really seemed to knock it off badly, or how to express it. He really seemed offended by him, and he did expose these skulls and bones. So I don't know, but he had a nice fancy studio, and he was like furiously with rage, just spitting out the things. He didn't give a serious impression. It seemed like he was there as a joker in a way, just for people to think like, is this crazy? They are conspiracy theorists. Also David Icke. I don't trust him at all, not a bit. And he had a lot of this. He has spoken in Oxford a lot of times. It doesn't necessarily mean anything, but again, I don't trust him. I don't believe the elites are lizards anyway. I believe they are a human being that are driven by a dark force, by demons in a way, or fallen angels, or whatever enemy is using. And if they know it, I don't know. Most of them, I don't think they know it. I don't know if there are any people on the really, really top that are really aware of their agenda. I kind of doubt it in a way. It feels like they are driven by the power and the money mostly. And the possibility that they're right in a way, they believe really. Since they have this power and their money for generations, I believe they sincerely believe that it's their right, it's their birthright in a way to have this, to owe the earth in a way. And I'm not getting into it deeply now. I just want to have a tell you briefly about what I discovered this time. The other thing was of course, Hollywood. I have a lot of questions as well about everything. As for Hollywood, for example, there's no doubt now. This was the thing I left out actually from before. I wasn't so aware. I knew it was, they were really had a satanic agenda there, and especially about the musicians. This I was completely aware of. But all the subliminal messages in the movies, for sure I knew there were some as well, I realized. But as I seen movies being, decoded, and I'm just amazed. Take for instance Eyes Wide Shut. I never when that one got to the cinema, I wasn't in this awakening stage in a way, and I always been really interested in movies. I liked movies a lot. I like music as well. That's my really way to go, to drift away in a way. If you just get along with it, you feed yourself with their message. I realize that now. But anyway, it's every single movie these days, from almost back from the 80s, I believe. And that was the time when Sweden got dragged into everything as well. Yeah, this Eyes Wide Shut. I tried to watch it several times before I could actually manage to see it through, because I just felt awful about it. I didn't feel good. I was thinking like, why he's making a movie like this? What is the purpose? It's just, a lot of people would say weird, but I would more say uncomfortable. It makes people feel uneasy without give anything really, without to give a sense of they've been experienced even some piece of art. But after I got it decoded, I saw it way too clearly. I could see it clear what it was all about. And the Matrix, I realized that as well, that it had something. But wow, the way, especially now, since I feel really I've been awake for the things happening in the world, it's frightening, it's hard, it's painful, it's very painful. And I'm sure all of you guys out there, you know what I'm talking about, because you have to re-establish all your sense of everything in your life, the sense of reality, the world around you. And it's not very optimistic. I believe in God and in Jesus and the Bible, we have hope. We are the winners in a way. We are not defeated. But what make me so sad and make me feel down, it's I don't have any almost Christians in my, not any in my family. I don't have any Christians in my family. Most of my friends are non-Christians, even though they know I'm Christian. I speak about it, and well, as Jesus said, nobody become prophet in his hometown. And I think there is a lot in these words, and that's make me feel down, because it's, especially when you come to a certain age, you come to the point that there are people that means more to you in your life than you do to yourself, in a way, than your own life. Their life, it's more precious to you than your own life. And I mean, you really learn how to love in a deeper way. And well, I try not to think about it. I pray for them. I try to take my chances to speak about my faith. But I mean, all the darkness around us, and again, until now I didn't see or meet any Christian that, except my pastor in the 90s. But I contacted his wife, and she was like, phew. She was mostly saying, oh, how nice to hear from you. We have to catch up sometimes. And I only wrote to her, and I immediately started telling her about these things, and it's like she didn't see it. Like, I don't know. And that's hard as well. So I'm sitting here telling you things that you are already aware of. I'm going to find my niche in a way, and I'm going to try to make some really okay videos, because these ones are terrible. I see the camera, it looks awful, but I'm just experimenting now, and I want to introduce myself, and I hope to meet some people out there, truth seekers like me. I'm not experienced at all in these matters. I don't know even exactly how YouTube works, so I have to go through a learning process, I think, just to get through it. But I have some ideas about, that's what I was going to say as well. This I really want to dig deeper into. I want to dig deeper into how this, because I'm sure of the center of all this, even though it comes from Europe from the beginning, the center in a way it's from the States, because the States was founded by the Masons as not an organic state in a way. It was founded on the Masonic laws, and almost like an experiment or whatever the use for it was. But I want to dig deeper into this and know how is this globalization agenda, how far has it been going out in the world in a way, because that Europe and the States are into it, that we know with certainty. And we know the Middle East are involved deeply, of course. And then it comes more far, to Asia and South America, all this, the other continents in a way. And I want to go deeper into the Masons. I know I did that in the 1990s. I really studied them. And I need to refresh my memory, and of course I'm sure there is a lot more facts out there now from the thanks to the internet. But I'm just blah 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 right now. I'm not sure really about what where I'm continue. It would be fun actually to go through especially some of the movies, but there are a lot of people that better. I've been studying film, but I have never decoded it in this way, so I'm not sure if I can do that. I might try just for fun to see what's happening, but there was something else I was going to say. I forgot it. Yeah, I want to see because as it is for now, as you awake, you can actually see everywhere this social engineering. This is just blowing my mind away, how everything is engineered, and especially from the academic world, and even down in the schools. Even if you go, I can see my sons now. I help them with the schoolwork, and how it's just going according to their agenda, everything. And I would like now to go through my different things I've been studying over the years, and to see the connections to because it's infiltrated everything, to see the law system, how they've been directing it towards a certain goal in different countries, the theology, the theology studies at the university level, the psychology. I study peace and conflict, peace, science and conflict solutions, and that must have a lot of things. I never thought about it that time, but I will go through my books that I study that time and see. It's going forward, everything. It was some years ago I studied, but you can still see the agenda, how it's moving forward in a way. So I will go through my library, and I have kept not all books from all the courses and all the educations I went through, but I got a lot of them. I still got a lot of them. So, and I might go through it in literature as well. Now I hope to buy some books on the subject. I would like to read that's also a guy I don't know what to think about, Fritz Springmeier. He looks authentic when he speaks, but they all do. They are very good actors and actresses. We know that, and but I would like to read his books because it seems as if he has a lot of knowledge in the subject. And also J. Dyer. I listen to his. I watch, he's mostly you listen to him, but I watch his videos here, and he's really interesting. He's got a lot of insights in the subject, and I also want to try to find his books. I probably need to buy it from Amazon or something, because I don't believe they translated them to Swedish. There's no market for it here in Sweden, in a way. There's a lot of things it's no markets for here in Sweden, as God it's no market for either. That's why I'm doing this in English. for now, until I feel in a different way. I hope to find some ears that will listen to what I have to say. I understand if you don't watch my pretty face. No, I'm just kidding. If you don't watch this, it's very bad camera. It's very bad quality. Anyway, I'm going to bed. It looks like daytime outside. It's not. It's about 2:30 in the night. 2:30 a.m. morning time actually, but it's in the middle of the night as I see it here in Sweden. But it's summertime, so it never gets dark really. So see you guys until the next time. Take care.